So what's going on with your energy this week, Virgo? What's happening in your little corner of the world? This is Rooted Souls Tarot. I'm Lisa, and we're going to take a little bit of a look at the energy around you this week. So we'll start by focusing on the general overview. What's happening generally with you this week? I've got the Witch's Tarot here. I'm going to use these we'll pull full 5 cards. We'll use these to find your general overview, general energy of this week, and then we'll delve a little bit deeper with the Lightseer's Tarot. And we'll have a closer look at what's been going on, or what is going on. Right, so Virgo, let's have a look. We have the Death card, an ending and a new beginning. The 10 of Cups, the happiest of cards. The 2 of Wands, looking out to the future. 6 of Swords, calmer waters mentally. And the 5 of Wands, conflict and competition. So, bit of a shift this week, I think. The energy is one of a new beginning, happiness, contentedness, just feeling in a really good place at home, looking out to the future. I feel like that this is work related, this looking out to the future. Obviously it's a wand, looking out to see where next, what's next for you. And then 6 of Swords, bit of a calmer, more chill atmosphere mentally for you this week, which is never a bad thing. I'll take it, I'm a Virgo. We've got the 5 of Wands, so that is some sort of minor conflicts around you this week. Right, let's have a little bit of a look. Let's have a delve deeper. We'll look at our recent past energy, because as we know, what's happened in the past often has a input, or has an influence, that's the word I'm looking for, on the future and on the current, where we are currently. So, a bit more of a shuffle, and then we'll find 3 cards, 3 clarifiers. Sorry, my shuffling's gone even worse than it usually is. See, managed to flip cards around without even trying. Okay, right, 3 cards. The 10 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the 8 of Pentacles, the Wheel, the 3 of Wands, and this one's just topped out, another 2 of Wands. So, recent past, an ending of some description, an ending that maybe you haven't made or that you haven't instigated, but an ending all the same. And it's a good ending. She's walking towards the lovely golden light. Sometimes endings can feel quite painful, quite difficult, especially if you've not brought them about yourself. But this is one that's for your good, and one that is going to really start shifting the energy and moving things into a more positive place. So whether this, don't forget, recent past can be as recent as yesterday, last night, can be as far back as, in this case, as a few weeks ago. But there's definitely been an ending of sorts. An ending, a fated ending even. It's needed to happen so that you can end up in the direction that you're meant to be going. We've got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is a pursuit of information, on the hunt for some information, finding out more about a situation, finding clarity, finding inspiration maybe, but you're actively seeking it, or you have been actively seeking it. And I think this is because you need to know where you're going next. You want to know where you're going next. Where, by having the information that you need, it opens you up to then being in control of where next for you. And I do very much feel like you're on a precipice here, Virgo, that you're on the precipice of change, of shifts. And I think you know it, and you're trying to maybe control the situation. Being a Virgo, I know all about that. I like to be in control of things, and sometimes we're just not meant to be. And I think this is one of those situations that you're trying to steer the situation and find out all the information you need to figure out what's next for you. I don't actually think you're meant to know that. I think it's just going to unfold as it unfolds. I think you've been working really hard working really hard on whatever projects, whatever work-related thing, whatever you're putting your energy into if you don't work. You know, work as in work, getting paid 9 to 5 and all that. You've been putting effort and energy into something and really building on something and finding knowledge about things and just really honing your skills on something. And that has opened up this situation. You being in a position where you can choose where you go next, where it's up to you which opportunity you take. I think there's going to be opportunities for you this week, Virgo. I think this is, you know, being a 2 of Wands, it's a choice, isn't it? And I think you're going to be offered a choice, offered an opportunity. Do you take it? Don't you? But obviously we've got that Death card here, and I think that is connected to that 10 of Swords, that ending of some description and the shifting of energy, bringing in a new beginning. So don't forget, this is like weekly stuff. So I'd love to know how this resonates with you. Is this the energy that you're feeling in this week? Let me know in the comments if you're feeling brave enough, if you fancy sharing. Also, it'd be really lovely if you could give me a thumbs up if you like the reading. It'd be even more amazing if you fancied subscribing and joining this little community that I'm trying to build here. It's completely free. Just press the subscription button, press the notification bell, and off we go. You don't get to miss out on any of your future readings, and I get to grow my channel. It's a winner. So, current energy for you, Virgo. We've got the Hanged Man, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Sun. Take that. 3 of Swords, 10 of Cups. So 2 10s of Cups. So this week I think is going to feel really quite nice in your home, in your home base, whatever you call home, your people around you, your security, your stability that is home. Okay, so current energy. The need to see something differently, to look at something from a different perspective. I think you're feeling very 3 of Swords at the moment. 3 of Swords is sort of heartbreak, loss, grief. And don't forget, this is going to feel differently for different people. You know, on a sliding scale from a little bit to huge, and all the points in between. So I think there is some feeling of sadness, of frustration, of heartbreak, of a feeling of loss. But I think this week you're going to have to shift the way that you're thinking about things, or you are going to shift the way that you're thinking about things. And I think it's going to open things up and make you feel differently about the situation. We've got the 6 of Pentacles there, and that's about balance. It's about finding balance, about not overgiving, not overtaking. Maybe you feel like you're giving too much in a situation, or maybe you're giving too much of your time away to other people, or you are putting too much time into work. Maybe you are giving money to other people and not feel like the balance is you know, as it should be. There's an element of something not being in balance. And I think this week is going to become noticeable. It's going to become noticeable, and I think it's going to impact home, because it's clarified with that 10 of Cups. So this balance being brought back within your life in some situation is going to be really important for your home life. Whether it is the time that you feel like the time that you're putting into something, you're not getting that back, not getting the rewards back for the time that you're putting in. Maybe the balance is coming back, and things are going to start feeling better. You are going to start feeling the rewards and sampling the rewards of all your hard work. But there's definitely something with balance. Balance needs to come back. And maybe it's going to, or maybe it's going to be highlighted, and it's definitely affecting home, the people in your home, the house situation. Then we've got this lovely Sun card with the Lovers card. So I'm thinking you're in a relationship that you have with somebody, a close relationship, a really deeply connected relationship. is in a really great place. I think this week, the sun's really shining on you, and things are going well, and things are feeling abundant and feeling happy and contented and quite joyous, I think. Right. And obviously we've got that 10 of Cups there in our focus of the reading. So relationships and home is very much within the energy of what's going on for you this week, Virgo. Right, let's have a look what's going on in your future energy. What's happening in the future for you? Immediate future, and then obviously long future. But I think whatever this brings is gonna have a sort of a slow effect seeping into the future. Right, let's have a look. We have the Strength card, the High Priestess, the Moon, that Five of Wands again, conflict and competition, the Nine of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. Right, I'm just going to have a slurp of my tea, hope you don't mind. Right, so moving into the future. I think you are going to have to dig in a little bit in the future. I think we've got this Five of Wands, we've got it twice, it's in both of the future placements. And I think there's some sort of conflict going on within you. I don't think it's exterior, I think it's interior. I think it's something that's going on within you. Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing I need to be doing? Is this, right? Is that right? And it's like bouncing about constantly with this, in this constant conflict, really deciding, I think the way forward for you. Sorry, I'm just looking at that Six of Swords. He's going forward, he's moving into calmer waters. And I think it actually comes before the conflict and the conflict card. So I think you are starting to shift the way that you're thinking to find more peace and more tranquility within your brain. I think things are starting to calm down a little bit. But I think this constant bickering with inside your own head, I want to call it, excuse me, this constant battling, and it's nothing major, I just feel like things are just bouncing around inside your head, and you really not make it. I feel like there's just decisions not being made, moves not being made, because I think you are embroiled in this inner conflict about maybe what you want, or maybe how to move forwards, and I think it's a struggle. I think it's a struggle, and I think it's tearing you into two, really. We've got the lion on one side, we've got her face on the other, and I think that's literally how I see it. You've got this, both sides inside of you are having this battle. But I think what you need to do is you need to connect to your heart. How does it fit? How do things feel? Rather than using your brain, because I think that's what's at play here. I think it's your head, your brain. You're over analysing it. I mean, who think that Virgo will possibly do that? And I think you having this interior battle with the lion and the woman, and just like this, it's just constant bouncing around inside. You've got to connect to your heart. Feel your way through this. Connect to your intuition. We've got the High Priestess next. She's highly psychic. She's very intuitive. She leads from her intuition, and I think this is what you need to do. Think how things feel. Just sit, take some time out, put yourself on the naughty step and gather yourself together, Virgo, because I think this constant, I feel exhausted actually, just thinking about it. you know, because I live it sometimes myself. I'm a Virgo. Things bounce around in my head like no tomorrow. And I think moving through this future energy, you've got to find that connection, reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your higher self, reconnect with your intuition, and feel your way through it. That's the only answer. It's the only answer moving forwards. We've got that clarified with the Nine of Swords, stress and anxiety. Let's cut out the middleman of stress and anxiety. Let's just go straight to our intuition, go straight to our higher self. Get yourself sat on that yoga mat, get yourself out in nature, get yourself sat comfortably and meditate. Just find a way to reconnect with yourself and figure the problem out from inside your body, not from inside your head. We've got the moon up there as well. The moon is obviously deep emotions. Still waters run very deep. It is a very introspective card. It is very yin energy, and it can be the card of fear. And then I think that is what is driving the feeling that you have got at the moment, this conflict. It's the fear, maybe fear of committing to one thing, fear of committing to another. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't? You know, all of these things bouncing around. And I think the root is in fear. And I think there's a very deep root. And I think you know this. And I think that finding that connection with yourself is going to help you work through it, and it's going to help you find the clarity that you need, because we've got the Queen of Swords there. The Queen of Swords, she is starting to see things as they truly are. She's starting to find clarity, and by finding that clarity, she's then able to navigate her way forwards to move on the way that she needs to move on, in the direction that she needs to go, because she's found the clarity. She's got all the information. She's seeing things, the reality of the situation, rather than just constantly having this bouncing around that's exhausting, this constant conflict going on within you. The answer is you've just got to sit and connect and feel your way through it. So that's the energy for you this week, Virgo. It's one of happiness, of love, of connection, of looking at things from a different perspective, of moving forwards in life, making choices. Where do you want to take yourself? Finding that inner peace, finding that inner quietness within your head, starting to, tame that inner lion, that inner negative self-talk that you've got going on. And really, more than anything, finding that deep connection. It's really important, I think, for you to move forwards, for you to move onwards. You need to connect with you, with what is going on up here, in here, and use that to feel your way forwards. It's the only way. So I'm hoping that this has been of use to you. I'd love to know how. Let me know if this resonates. Leave me a comment, that would be amazing. And again, subscribe would be fabulous. But in the meantime, look after yourself, take care, have a great week, and stay rooted, stay open, and more than anything, stay magical. Look after yourself. I'll see you soon.